good evening, and welcome to the first episode of Facts Not Feelings. Today, my partners and I will be discussing school shooting.
You know, you really shouldn't have acted so enthusiastic about school
Yeah,
shootings.
that's not the best.
No. We're gonna keep going.
Oh boy.
We're gonna keep going. That's what
Okay.
Yeah,
part of
that's
it.
a good intro.
So anyway, recently, obviously, if you've been paying any attention to the media,
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Justin, stop.
Freaking.
No. We might have to start over.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it says right here, hero science teacher tackled student gunman at Indiana's school.
Anyway, there have been a lot of school
crap.
shootings, Texas and Indiana most recently, just about
And
just
Oklahoma.
today, and Oklahoma.
And Oklahoma.
Very recently,
Oh,
as we're
really?
talking about this, and so today we're going to be discussing school shootings and how we think that you should stop them. Also,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
own school has been threatened by a school shooting, and we're not going to name him.
We're
obviously.
we'll just call him Big D for now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Big
Big
D.
D,
Yeah, that's
who
it.
we
Big
also
pseudonym.
we can state he has autism, so that's one big role.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
factor in
if
there.
you just look at the people that are working on this podcast, you'll see that all of us have autism too. So
Ah,
we're not
yes.
exactly in a position
Ah,
to make
yeah.
that statement.
Hey, I don't have autism. It's attention deficit disorder and dysgraphia.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
I think we start with like I think
what?
we start with like I don't know, like metal detectors or something at the front. Is
Metal
that too much of a
detectors?
burden?
Well, but I mean, like, if you had metal detectors at the front, any student who had like glasses or a phone in their pocket would get beeped instantly, and so that would take like
Okay,
way
yeah,
too much
but
time.
yeah,
to
would
get
you
to
rather
school.
be safe than sorry about
yeah,
glass
I'd spend the
or
extra
like
5
up down or
minutes
something like
and
that?
just like
Well, but
Yeah.
that would mean that they'd have to like change a bit of scheduling, because at the moment I get to school like 3 minutes before class starts, and I wouldn't be able to get there on time.
okay,
Okay,
look,
well, yeah,
our
they could
just
school
change the
sucks
schedule,
at
I mean.
scheduling.
They can change the schedules.
But
I mean,
like,
there's
I'm
nothing
sure,
wrong
I'm
with
sure
that.
other schools actually have correct clocks and correct scheduling and correct buses and are not autistic schools. So we're speaking for like the general public, not just our retarded campus.
Fair
Alright,
point.
so you also have
Also,
to talk
the
about
thing is-
like the
with
cost
metal-
of putting metal.
Alright, hold
Yeah.
on. No, screw
metal
this
detect-
autistic job application.
Gerardo,
And metal. Okay.
You're breaking the continuity.
you fiend.
Okay. Okay. Let me say something here. So metal detectors, you can always just take off glasses in a bucket, and so you won't get beeped. So they'll see your phone. Oh, it's
Exactly.
just a phone and
It's
glasses.
like the
yeah.
airport.
Yeah.
And like,
No,
okay,
but here's the
like,
thing.
And you
Alright,
don't
but
have to
there's-
put those.
There's like a
to
downside to
theater.
having these. All right, now I understand that metal detectors are very important. I have like different like opinions on this, but they can cost up to $30,000, like usually in like the $15,000 range.
So let's just send
for
the
a metal
government
detector.
into more debt.
Exactly.
I mean,
But, I mean, like, then again, you also need to think like taxpayers can afford this. I mean, like $15,000. You know, you're implementing that into like a certain school district with a certain amount of schools. I mean, that wouldn't really cost that much
And-
money.
I mean, honestly, people don't want gun control, so like they'd probably be willing to do this, like if they felt.
Why doesn't the
this-
government just make more money?
Yeah, it's bullshit. Why can't the government just get more money from like
they already
small
make billions of
Afghani
dollars, so they
children?
waste it. We're $20 trillion in debt. It's not going
our
anywhere.
first break to be singing
What?
a song.
No, we're
Yeah, I
not.
know.
No, we're not.
We're gonna help you if you do that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I might have to
While we're
server mute
speaking,
you.
we're getting more and more in debt. Just think about it, though.
Yeah, there's no way to salvage it. With more inflation,
also-
it's just gonna get
You
worse.
have to think like some of this stuff is retarded. It's like you're letting a kid in a trench coat walk into a school, and it's like
Yeah.
I wonder what
He
could be
walked
under
in-
that.
He walked into school with a trench coat and had a shotgun under. I mean, how much more obvious can you get? He had a shirt that said "Born to Kill," and he just walked in there, and no one noticed him.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Okay,
but then
you
again,
can't
you
even
also have to
suspect
think
that.
about like every single does not care about anyone.
Fair point.
But if you yell yeet while committing a crime, it doesn't count as illegal.
You're legally allowed to leave.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, I'm
so
gonna read.
What
through
about like signing veterans on to protect schools?
Nah,
That'd be a waste of
No,
their time.
no, we shouldn't do that.
Well,
No.
I
that'd be
mean,
a
they
waste.
can like become like SR, something like that.
Well, yeah, what's the
I guess.
downside?
Well,
What-
then,
if
what
they're
if the veterans don't want to do that?
well,
I mean-
they don't
they're
have
not going
to.
to apply for
Okay,
the
well that's a
job,
good
retard.
point. Yeah, no, because you can't really
Yeah.
like force them to do it. That's like slavery or like indentured servants.
Unless they join the military, unless they're active duty servicemen, in which case, if they're ordered to, they have to.
All right, let's talk about like the causes behind school shootings.
Yeah, I'm looking up the one.
People are bullied, and
It's
then
pretty
they
easy.
go
It's no, it's
Mid-
pretty
mental.
easy. It used to be because they were bullied, and now it's because the media like popularizes it.
Yeah.
They want to be famous.
Yeah,
It's
They're
so
like,
sensational.
oh,
They
I'm
just
gonna
want
become
attention.
famous by shooting up a school.
All right, hold up. So
And
how do
mental.
how do you guys feel
disorder.
saying that that video games cause school shootings?
That's
Okay,
a
you're
crap.
freaking wrong.
I disagree.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right?
that's dumb because all of us here play those video games, and none of it has affected us. It's just
Well, that's what you
like,
think. Don't come
'cause
to
when you
I
school
just have
tomorrow.
like the smallest need to put a Glock bullet into someone's head.
okay, but I mean, like, the thing is, like, when someone else views the video games from an outside perspective, all they see is you murdering someone. But when you're playing the game, you're thinking about tactics and like flanking routes and,
Yeah, no,
and
all
the
that
flicks
stuff.
and all that stuff.
Or like if
'Cause
you're a weeaboo,
no one else
you're
thinks about
thinking
that
about
if
what
they're-
your main is.
Oh yeah.
Justin.
No, Overwatch is good.
Genji.
Anyway,
Nah,
like,
screw that.
like I mean, the media is so they're so. Here's the thing, right? The internet caused like nobody to watch the news anymore because they all suck. It's for like old people, and so nobody watches the news anymore. So they're like grasping at straws to like clickbait you into watching the news, and it's just school shootings, terrorism, and like Trump tweeting crap on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, what do you guys think the parents should do to stop school shootings? Or like,
Well, I mean, they
guns
should
and
definitely talk,
Not
like,
commit
connect more with
incest.
their,
sticks? Did you just say not commit incest?
Oh
Well,
my
yeah,
god.
Incest
Gavin.
leads to
Incest is wincest, as
incest
a matter of
leads to
fact.
disabled kids.
I mean, a lot of
so...
these kids probably had single mothers or like not like
Yeah,
a
no,
good
like,
family
they were
home.
adopted, their parents
Yeah.
died or something. They came from troubled childhood.
Yeah,
And like,
Well,
what
I
they should do to prevent school shootings is,
I don't know.
Dude,
probably
you
just
gotta-
understand them more.
If we're gonna solve the problem, we gotta think of the mental set behind the people who do it. So let's think about this. If someone has come to the point in their life where they're gonna walk into school one day with guns on them to kill other students and teachers, what's going through their head?
Yeah, like it's probably pretty
mental-
bad.
There's I think it's a psychotic break. It's to the point where it's like, what's the point anymore? And I better just go down famous. Like that's the
Essentially,
thing.
You don't want
If someone's
to go
gonna
down
walk
with a
into a
negative
school,
KDR.
no. If someone's gonna walk into a school with guns on them, they have a death wish. That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're walking into school, you're done right there.
That's why they mainly
life is
do
over.
suicide afterwards,
Yeah,
because they don't want to deal with the repercussions of their actions.
yeah. So like, if someone walks into a school, their life is and tries to shoot it up, their life is over. Even if they kill people, that's still it.
Yeah,
They have
if
nothing
they
from
don't-
there.
They kill
Well,
people, it's
unless
gonna
Everything goes on
Florida,
lockdown instantly.
unless it's
I mean,
Florida.
even still, he's arrested.
Yeah,
He's-
like
he's
his life
going
is
to
ruined.
life.
His life is
He's
still
never
over.
gonna get out of prison.
We all know that like he's gonna get widened in prison. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be super loose.
Oh dear.
Gerardo pipes up just to make a nice obligatory prison rape joke.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Pedophiles and school shooters are like the most raped people in prison.
Yeah, that and like. child
Yeah,
molesters.
pedophiles are not.
That's
a
why I said pedophile.
Yeah, I'm so retarded.
Yeah.
I'm
Alright, so
so
let's see.
retarded. I just can't lie.
So let's see.
And then it's like also, you kind of have to wonder like, do they have any friends? You know, like are they thinking,
Yeah.
are they
Well,
thinking
I
hit
mean,
list and
okay,
sparing
so-
people?
So think about that one kid. You know that kid? We'll just call him Big M. All right, he has like the blonde hair, you know, and he's really tall.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So do you guys think he has any friends?
Death, I don't know.
I don't know what you're
He
talking
has
about.
the wish to shoot up the school.
What
Oh,
what
okay.
hat does he wear? Is he? Never mind.
He doesn't wear a hat.
I thought we were
I think we're
calling
kind of
him
like
Big D.
giving away his identity now.
I mean, I thought we were calling him Big D.
All right, hold up. All right, different topic now. Different topic. All right,
What?
so you guys know Big D now, Big D, who we were talking about. Who was
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So he sang to me a song, or like rapped me a song that he wrote, and a lot of it was about like him shooting up the school and people being like scared of him. Do you think like
That's
people
fucked
like
up.
even being like more scared of them would make them want to shoot up the school?
Well, that's like the
I
idea behind
I think they
terrorists.
just want like
where-
more power. I mean,
Yeah,
Like,
that's part of
remember
it.
back to
if you're,
the
like
like with
if you're,
the
if you're like a
9/11
disabled
attacks.
kid, maybe you don't have you don't have as much freedom and power within like the school especially. So, maybe that's
Now I'm
just
kind
what
of
they're
imagining a wheelchair kid shooting up the school. We're on, like,
Well,
a
he
crazy
tried his
ride.
best.
I have something to
wheelchair.
add to all this.
Go for it, Landon.
Then talk.
So our principal, Busty, he
Busty?
only talked to the people on the hit list and didn't email parents, which is kind of retarded.
Yeah,
Wait, what,
I
really?
feel like.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
That's
real
really
retarded.
stupid.
If
Like
Yeah.
that.
If there's an actual
that's
threat
how-
at our
that's
school,
how
why wouldn't
school
he tell the
shootings actually
parents?
start? Like,
I mean,
so dumb.
technically, it wasn't even a real threat, and he also didn't even get suspended.
well, I mean,
Oh, he doesn't?
saying you're gonna shoot up the school is pretty big threat.
Okay,
Yeah,
And,
like,
okay,
No,
anybody,
okay.
if
This
it
is the actual situation
if it was
behind what
somebody-
happened.
If it was
He
somebody
didn't say
like,
he want. Okay.
If it was somebody like Levi saying, "Yo, I'm gonna shoot up the school," then everybody knows it's a joke. But when it's somebody like
Yeah.
Big D, you're like
Yeah.
he's like on the
He's-
edge.
he's
you
insane.
Kind of have to be scared. You
Okay,
have to-
he okay. I know him kind of because
I went to
I've
seventh grade
talked
with
to
him.
him a lot. Obviously, I know like
yeah, he went to our middle school, Drevin.
I know that. I know
He was
that.
insane.
But
Yeah, he was.
all right, he was basically like joking around about it. I get like he's
Was
like
he, though?
really autistic.
Yeah,
no,
you
he
have
was.
to-
I mean,
I was-
it's-
I
I mean,
was-
joking around
Hit list.
about
He
it,
was
why
like
didn't
kind
you
of
do a
like-
hit list?
You don't make
Yeah,
a hit
no,
list.
okay, he made a hit list, and he said if he were to shoot up the school, like that was the person he was, gonna kill first, and
Yeah,
that's
but
the
it's
big
still like
J.
it's still like you can't.
Even
That's
to
still
think about
suspicious,
that, though.
Because like, if someone makes a hit list, that's not a joke.
And then
Yeah.
okay, so do you guys
Hit
know
list
actually like
meeting.
how the big T? You guys know who the big T is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Girl.
Yep.
She's in our English class, Gerardo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she basically like overheard it, and I don't really understand like why we do. I mean, okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna stop now because it actually does make sense to like report someone
Well, like,
if they
here's
aren't
the
saying
thing,
they're gonna
you
kill
can't-
someone.
You can't really make those jokes now because of like how common it is for people to shoot up schools. Like you can't,
Yeah.
you can't throw that around now. It's the same way
Yeah,
that-
no, it's
like you can't.
it's like you
around-
couldn't throw around 9/11 back when it happened.
Yeah, it's
in
like you
2001.
can't say like bomb at an airport or in a government building. Like it's just
Yeah.
not. You can't do that anymore.
You can't-
Like
Speaking
it's
of
not.
that, Levi yelled somebody's got a bomb on the bus today. So.
Oh, yeah.
my
Oh,
god.
really?
Oh my gosh.
Why would you do
Good
that?
job.
It's kind of funny, but
No.
I almost got in trouble last year for using a finger gun. So you have to be careful. Okay, it's public school.
That's a little dumb though. The finger gun.
Fourth grader gets
There was kids in
suspended for
Sawtooth.
eating Pop-Tart into a gun shape. I'm
There's
not.
gonna
kids
look
in
up the
Sawtooth who like
reasons.
pop a chip bag, and they said there's a bomb, and they got suspended.
No, that happened. That happened
Rip.
at at our school, our high school. Do you remember? Just like
Wait,
Wait,
what
actually?
yeah.
No,
they
no,
didn't,
no,
they didn't
no,
get
no.
a bomb after
did it,
that. They popped
was
it really loud, and then somebody.
Oh,
else
yeah, I
got
remember
down or
that.
Something.
Oh yeah. I
And then
remember
the
that.
It
teachers
was
came
right
out of
by
the
our
room.
table.
And
Yeah,
like
they looked freaking mad.
Alright,
our
let's
special
go back
SRO
to,
came
like,
out.
Alright, let's go back to like the main topic of like what can be done.
Yeah.
Well, I think improved security, get more people. Okay, the only real thing that can stop a bad person with a gun is a good person with a gun.
Well, the thing is, like, okay, we have security officers, right? And so did all the other schools that have been shot up. But the thing
But-
is, if a kid walks into a school and he has guns on him, he's gonna take a shot first before someone can react and shoot him back.
Like, here's the
Exactly.
Which
thing.
means that at
This
least
is-
one kid has to die before the shooter goes
You don't
down.
want any
Yeah.
kids to die. I
This-
You
understand.
want
it's
zero
not-
deaths.
This entire
It's like
problem could
one
be
person to
solved
die instead
if you just
two.
didn't let them walk in with a gun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly
like,
what
Why
you
not just
said.
enforce the entrances and it's
Exactly,
it's all
enforce it.
that much simpler.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna be honest with you. I feel like background should be enforced. When it
Background
comes to-
check.
like there are like certain like okay,
Yeah.
you can go to like a gun show in like Florida and you can just purchase a gun right there.
No,
Yeah,
you have
there are
to do
ways around
background checks. There's you have to do some checks. They don't.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's still a ton of
obviously, but they're not as harsh as they should be.
Plus, you can just have someone who's clear legally buy a gun for you and then give it to you, and there's
Yeah,
no
you can
repercussions
just
for
you
that.
can just buy one off Craigslist. Like,
There have to be like, you know.
Plus, there's still like black market ways to get it.
Woo!
Okay, but for real, what 15-year-old do you know surfs the black market?
Well, I mean,
A lot
even
of
still, like,
Well, I mean, it's not
really
impossible.
It's surprisingly simple. Like, you just get a PayPal account. You can go on the dark
I know,
web and
you
buy.
can also like
super
you can get
easily.
onto the black web from our school Wi-Fi. So clearly,
yeah, Justin, you did it in English, bro. We were singing in English.
Yeah, it's so easy. Like, there's no way that someone else who wants to use it for harm wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if someone wants to use that legitimately to harm other people, they could easily do it. Which is a bit of a
honestly,
problem.
I just think they should enforce interests better because
Yeah.
people can do bad stuff. You just have to make it like a lot harder for them, so it's less
It's
likely.
like, yeah, it's like why not just not let them walk in with the gun? Like,
Yeah.
So how would we prevent that? Let's think of some ways.
You
Metal
have one
detectors are kind of
entrance
impractical.
that people can
Okay,
go
wait,
in and out
wait,
of.
wait, wait. I have a question. How would you guys feel about restricting gun modifiers like bump stocks? So basically, what bump stocks do, they like increase the rate of fire,
do you know
and that's what
school
like the
shooters that, like,
the
walk
Las
in-
Vegas. I don't think you need a bump stock in any scenario.
Yeah,
not
no.
But the thing is, you know how easy it is to make a bump stock. You can do it with a belt loop.
Yeah.
I do know that.
So
Yeah, I
okay,
wouldn't ban-
obviously it's possible to make a bump stock,
I
but if
wouldn't
they were
mind
to
if they,
restrict
like,
or
ban
ban
them.
bump stocks, there would like clearly be a decrease in the use of them. You know, if they were to
like
ban them.
it's really hard to ban bump stocks because they're just a piece of plastic shaped in a funny way.
That's a good way of
You
describing
could
it.
say that about a lot of things, you know.
Yeah, you really could.
That's the thing, though. So how would you ban a bump stock? Like, it'd have to be on a gun. So
What you'd have to do is ban the distribution and production.
Exactly,
of them.
that's what I said. Like, yeah,
That's
ban
the
the
only way you could
distribution
do it.
and the
What sees the
Well,
means of
how could
production?
you could just change
exactly.
the
I mean, Jake, I want you to actually explain to
Okay,
me what
the
the
problem
what
is
the
with the
purpose
ban
of
is
a
that you'd have to change the you could just change the name of it and say it's for a different purpose.
All right, no, but people aren't that stupid.
You
and,
can
like,
say that for anything, though. Like,
Yeah.
Or, you know.
That's
Okay.
how
Branding.
people get around regulations that way because you can't arrest someone if that's not what it is.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So we got to think of a different way around it, because if you get rid of like one attachment, it's not going to change anything. Someone will
Yeah.
take a pump shotgun from the 1800s and walk in.
You know how long it's been?
I'll be right back, guys, real quick.
It's been like half an hour or less.
less. I know it's
Yeah.
been since I've been in one game this entire time.
Right. But so a way so our idea is to try to stop people from getting guns into
So,
buildings, right?
Like
It's-
knives and
So how would we do this?
Okay.
I mean,
well,
we're not really wanting
it's
to
already
make an
restricted.
idea with like this, like, but yeah.
Let's think. So metal detectors are impractical because it would be too expensive and too time.
Well, they're not really
It would be
impractical
inefficient.
because if you were to, okay,
But what if the school
Who-
shooter
who
starts
would be
just
paying
shooting
for
in
that?
front of the school? Like, what's a metal detector gonna do?
Well, I mean, if a school shooter starts it in front of the school, locked down
Then
super
you'd have
easily
a better-
inside the school.
exactly, and
You
also
have a better chance.
payment when it comes to metal detectors wouldn't be that difficult. It's like like I said, $15,000 to $30,000 for
Well,
like two.
That's a lot.
in a certain district. All right, wait, but you know, how much more money would that be for a taxpayer? Like what, $2? Because I mean, when you think about it,
That's
how many
still a
people
lot.
People don't like
are
people don't like paying that much money still.
And plus,
Okay, but
we
then
already have
again,
a crap
you have to
education
think
system as it is.
people
We
that
don't want to be
find it,
funneling
so
more
we have
money
to-
away from.
people
like,
need to get
If we think about the mindset of the people who are doing this, it's like, okay, they're gonna. If we change America to a point where we're funneling part of our educational system into preventing gun shootings in schools, and it's like, okay, that's what they want. They want to strike fear into the people who have been affected by
I
school.
mean, no, they're not. They're not really terrorists. It's not the same thing
Yeah,
as that.
like, is the U.S. a
They're
rule
just-
by fear society?
All right, you know what? I think overall there just has to be smarter people. I think everyone just has to get smarter. And right now in our day
no,
and age,
here's the
we
thing,
can't just
right?
say that though.
Here's
Yeah,
the
obviously,
thing.
honestly, we can't just say that, but no one can.
It's like we'd have to run around distributing chromosomes.
No, this is not like the students' fault. This is like when you look at it, it's really the authorities' fault because
Yeah, obviously.
the past two school shooters, they said some pretty controversial stuff online through social media, like, "Oh, hey, look at me with all these guns."
Like the
I'm
one
gonna
kid
shoot
that was
this
like
school."
liking posts of school shooters, and it was like, How do you not notice this? You know,
Or like
Yeah,
people
there's gotta
that are
be
gonna be a professional school
some
shooter.
red
Like,
flags that get noticed.
It's like you notice somebody saying like, "Oh, you look fat," and then you send them down to the principals for cyberbullying, but you don't notice somebody wanting to be a pro school shooter when they grow up.
Yeah, it's being a bit dumb. Let's see.
So why do you guys think there's been like an increase in
Because
school
of
shootings
it's because
since,
of
like,
the
since,
biased
like, the
media.
1970s?
It's the media. It's the mass media. It's the
because
media.
Fox News and CNN popularize. Here's the thing: the media needs to not show their name. If they don't show their name or their face, they're no longer popularized. It's just an incident. They'll no longer get the fame. And
Yeah,
that's
but
gonna
then
deter a lot of people.
again, the students. I mean, we could all. Okay, I want all of us to agree. You don't have to, but the students obviously have hate for their classmates if they're going to be killing them.
Yeah.
You know, and shooting up their school. I don't think.
I mean,
the only thing that matters to them is getting their name out. It's like they probably do have hate. You know, like you said,
with Big D.
Yeah, but that's like a big amplifier though, because
Yeah, it is a big amplifier, which is why they're probably we have to
you're
get
not
people
going to be able to
nicer
take
each
hate
other.
out of the classroom. Okay, people are just retarded. So
It's kinda like
Exactly,
the
people
same
are just
reason why people
retarded. So
joined
where did it all
ISIS.
stem from?
They just wanted power and attention. They wanted a purpose.
They're insecure about themselves.
Yeah.
But I mean that doesn't justify everything.
No, it
'cause
doesn't
even
justify
still-
it at all. But that's like one of the
Definitely
reasons.
like increases, the probability.
I really
'Cause
love
even
when
still,
people
if someone-
go, like stop oppressing ISIS, and it's like look at like
What?
Sweden. And it's
That
like,
doesn't make sense.
oh, have you guys
What?
not heard? Like if people like, I think it's Sweden. It's somewhere up in like northwest.
Sweden is the rape capital of the world.
Yeah, like women are
Yeah.
afraid to walk outside, and like ISIS is like owning the country right now. It's like
So
you just need to
all right.
know
So you know
about
how like Zerker told us, Drevin, that like some guy killed
Oh,
children in Sweden, and he got.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that out.
yeah. You
You can't say names, Levi.
Right.
Crap. Yeah, all right.
All right, hold on.
So you guys know how like the
We're
big
we're returning in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're back.
All right, so you guys know how like the big Z Drevin in like our history,
Yeah,
in our
yeah.
history class, he told us that Sweden, like some guy in Sweden, he killed 24 children and got like 10 years. Like that's strange.
no, that's because like in the EU, I think they outlawed the death penalty and like.
And the life
Okay,
imprisonment.
outlaw the death penalty, okay, but like outlaw 10 years of prison.
No,
He's just gonna do it again.
I think the maximum sentencing in the EU is like
Why
30
don't we
years.
just-
That's so
Why don't we
stupid.
just build our own coliseum and have prisoners fight to the death? All the murder.
Yes.
And then we
all the
modify
rape-
How about we
Death
build
by
our
combat.
own college?
Build an island, bro.
Well,
and
no,
just
I
send them
don't think
on it.
that's okay.
That's
for
what
the
we did for
hardcore
Australia.
criminals.
All right.
Now
Here's
they
the
have
thing.
their own
I just looked up the
country.
stats on this. So I looked up the stats. So for one person with a case without the death penalty, it would cost $740,000. But cases where the death penalty is sought cost $1.26 million. So we'd be able to save a bunch of money if we didn't kill people.
Or
It's
So,
because
like,
they
without
do
the
it
death
in
penalty, we
the
save
wrong
money.
way.
or if we killed them in a less expensive way, like just one bullet
Yeah.
to the head, like
Firing
Yeah.
Firing
Why
squad.
is that not a thing? It's literally more humane, actually. It's
Yeah,
more
not having
humane.
like the injections.
I mean,
Then
lethal
lethal
injection
injection.
They
is pretty
deserve to
humane
die the
too.
way they killed their.
But Gerardo, not
You
that's
guys
a great
deserve-
idea.
Do you guys like support the death penalty?
Yeah.
Well,
between-
not exactly, because
I
Okay,
didn't really
I
No,
don't think
I
any
completely
human
support
should go
it.
through
I
the.
don't.
I want them to suffer
It's
though.
an eye.
'cause
It's an
they-
eye for an eye.
they
It's
made
literally
other
an eye
people
for an eye.
suffer.
It's
I
the
think-
golden.
I think if you stab somebody, you should be stabbed to death for death
Yeah.
penalty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If
You
you
support
That would
it.
save
But
more
what if
money.
it's stabbed in self-defense? You have to like
Yeah.
Well, then it's
The
not.
different-
okay, ask.
That's
Plus,
not a
if you
murder.
get, like,
then.
there are a bunch
Obviously,
of-
that's not going to be a crime.
Murder is.
Wouldn't this
Self-defense.
eventually turn
Okay,
into?
Guys,
here, let me
no,
tell
I-
you the
guys, hold on.
definition of murder. Let me tell you the definition
It's
of murder.
forethought, like predetermined and intentional murder.
And unlawful.
Yeah.
Unlawful.
Okay, but here's
Unlawful
the thing, though.
premeditated
Here's the
killing of another person.
There have been a bunch of reported deaths by death penalty where they were convicted of murder, and then after they were already executed, evidence came up that they were innocent.
Well,
Those people are dead now.
obviously
Those
that's
innocent
a
people are dead
problem.
now.
And
Well,
it's-
okay, if someone witnessed them kill 3
Years or
people,
50
they're
years in
guilty.
prison.
If they had no
Okay.
one witnessed
Hold up.
kill them, they shouldn't have the
Hold
death
up,
penalty.
Justin, I have an example. Just yesterday, President Trump acquitted that one boxer. What was it? Will, do you know this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Levi.
Yeah, the boxer dude. He went against someone. I don't know, but he's dead. He's long. He's gone. He was in prison, and basically President Trump pardoned him. Also,
Okay, guys.
Obviously, that was like a problem, but you can't change it.
Okay, no, look. It's been proven that tough on crime and harsh punishment doesn't work. I think we should focus more on rehabilitation.
No, you can't.
Yeah, that's
rehabilitate
actually really
people.
smart,
No,
though.
you can't change. Okay. Think
Yes, you
about it
can.
like this.
No.
They would
No,
just
Sex
do the
offenders-
same thing.
Sex
You ever see
offenders
Shawshank Redemption?
never change. Sex
That's true.
offenders never
Sex
change. There have been
offenders
so
never
many
change.
studies.
So like rapists and people that are like psychopaths.
No, these
That's like a
people.
mind
No,
trick,
these
though.
people are psychopaths. Drevin,
You clearly
Brains.
You didn't
It's
even listen
literally-
to what I had to say. Okay, I was just saying, right? Psychopaths, sex offenders, they don't change, right? So they should just rot away in prison. But the people that can change, like theft, for example, that's easily fixed.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly,
Here's the thing, though.
that's the
Theft
that's
is
the
born
current,
out of desperation.
justice system right now. If you,
You
do
could
with
set-
like a serious crime, you rot away in prison. If
You could easily change the system where it's like, okay, you set a penalty for a certain amount of time, but on good behavior, it slowly deteriorates up
Send 'em
until
to
a
the
point.
gulag.
that
You can start
literally
doing
the judicial, that is
rehabilitation.
literally like the
Yeah, but then
system
once
right
it
now.
reaches down, so like life penalty can be deteriorated on good behavior for like decades,
Well, we already
and then
kinda
towards the end of it, they
have
can be
that,
rehabilitated.
where I-
potentially.
Okay, why don't we
You
just
guys
give
know
them-
this. Hold on.
Hold on.
It's called
Life
it's
with
called
parole.
hearing.
I don't
It's
know
called
how
life
you-
with parole.
I
It's
don't
called
know-
life with parole.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, so a prison fight broke out, and I'm not sure where this was, but like 2 inmates saved the life of their like guarding officer. I don't know what they're called. Saved the life of him, and so they got out. They got their sentences cut for their good behavior. It's like we have that,
Nice.
but it's not. It's
How-
not a set system.
How about make them prove that they've changed?
But that isn't
Well,
that
yeah.
what parole already
How
is?
do you
There's no
prove
way
that?
to prove that they change. Obviously,
No, there's parole. I mean, you have someone follow them around, they can't do
Yeah.
anything, so they have to
Yeah.
change.
Okay, but
That's
there
what
are a lot of
parole is.
They have to
problems with parole.
constantly be on parole.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, cause I'm gonna cite like there are a ton of problems with parole right now. It costs money for parole. If you can't pay
Right.
your parole officer, then you go back to jail. So that's a problem.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when
That's
you get out
dumb.
of jail, you can't get a job anyway because you have to check
Yeah.
the box that says felon.
And so you just go back in because
So,
you don't have money
Yeah,
to pay 'em.
and also a whole bunch of parole officers are corrupt. So like, the
Oh
whole
yeah, I was
system
about
needs
to
get
mention
reformed.
that.
There's a lot.
Well, that's
wrong
just a
with it.
problem with the policing system, not the problem with the idea itself.
Yeah.
Well, it's not policing. It's parole.
Alright, wait.
No,
Yeah.
it's it's just
Yeah.
the justice system.
Yeah. It is a bit flawed at the moment.
A bit flawed.
A bit
It's
flawed.
majorly
bit.
flawed.
I mean, I
It's
guess
majorly flawed.
it's kind of controlled by rich
Alright,
people.
anyway.
Like
Anyway,
No,
the
it's-
court system
hold
is
on.
dominated by the rich.
We got
Isn't
I don't-
everything controlled by them?
we got a little bit
No,
off topic
no,
here.
that's just
but hold on,
that's
hold on.
dumb to say.
Hold on.
You
Whenever,
don't even know.
Drevin,
about
Drevin.
Everybody shut
Bro.
up for a sec, yeah? So, we got a bit off topic, and just to, like, kind of recalculate, we'll probably come back on, like, issues with the court system anyway, but we're gonna take, like, a quick break for water and stuff. We've been talking for, like, 20 minutes system right now, and the flaws that we find with the court system are pretty numerous. Levi, do you want to take us into a topic of court system flaw? Okay, Justin, it's your turn.
Okay, so you can take a look at a bunch of cases, but for the most part, it's like dominated by people who have enough money to pay for legal
Yes.
fees. Because
Yeah,
poor
exactly,
person-
exactly.
if a poor person is convicted of something, they're gonna have a huge problem because all the lawyer fees and all that is gonna
Well,
take
they don't have to
a
pay for a
huge
lawyer.
amount.
They don't
Yeah,
have to
okay,
pay.
yeah.
For a
No,
lawyer.
but if they
Public
don't pay for a lawyer, they're gonna
defenders
get
are
a crap
so bad.
lawyer.
Yeah, you don't
Public
pay for one,
defense
and you
is
get
so bad.
a crap
You're
lawyer.
not gonna win with a public defender.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. So like, if you have more
Yeah.
money, you get better lawyers, and as a result, you're more likely to win the case.
Okay,
And if you don't have
the
money to pay all the
solution-
legal fees and
I mean,
pay
look
like all
at
the
the.
fines,
All right,
you
hold up.
are screwed.
Look at the
Trial by
look at
combat.
the Parkland shooter. All right, he has a crap ton of money and he has a really good lawyer. And as you guys know, a lot of the people who are like prosecuting him, like the people, they want him to die. They want the death penalty to be there for him,
Right.
Like implemented. But he has so much money and he has such a great lawyer that he's probably going to be able to spend the rest of his life in prison. Kicking back, with taxpayer money. That's
Well, I mean,
something
it'll
that
cost less for
He's
him to
gonna be
stay
raped.
Really retarded.
in life in prison instead of
He's gonna be
death
raped.
penalty.
He's gonna be raped.
I hope he gets raped.
I also.
Landyn, you can't say that. No,
I'm sorry.
You can't
Anthony,
build
now would be a perfect time for a joke about his mom.
Landyn, I want to
What?
fuck your mom in the ass.
Okay, good. All right, let's
Why would-
include
Oh
that.
my god! I just choked on the soda.
All right, let's continue. Let's continue.
Oh my
just for
god!
Dang, bro. Dude, that was just straight up. That was just straight up. Alright. So, like,
Why?
there's another thing that's, like, and this is kind of, like, this is really sexist, actually, if you think about it. It's like men get much heavier sentences than women do. When,
Yeah.
Yeah, I see about that.
When women, also, like, they're responsible for 50% of, almost 50% of domestic violence and the majority of violence against infants. So, there's really, like, it's not as if there's a crime gap. And there shouldn't be. We're all equal. The crime sentences should be equal anyway. And also, how old is the Parkland shooter? Anybody know?
I
18.
think he was 18.
I think
yeah.
he was 18.
I was gonna say if he's younger, is there like less of a penalty, or how does that work?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
If you're 16 or above, you can automatically get charged as an adult.
If the crime's severe enough.
No,
Yeah,
but
I
I
was
thought
gonna say
I
that's
thought that if you're under 18 when the crime was committed, you can't get the death penalty.
No, you can.
But he was
If you get
18,
tried
I'm
as
pretty
an adult,
sure.
if you get tried as an adult.
Yeah, I don't. If you get tried as an adult, I mean, I'm pretty sure a 14-year-old has been injected with the lethal, stuff.
Honestly,
Yeah, definitely,
like,
probably.
when a crime is so noticeably committed, those people should just be executed really quickly.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, it still costs a lot of money for a death penalty. Cause
Okay, Justin, money here. Okay, money shouldn't be a giant issue when you're thinking about morality.
When the difference is hundreds
You
of
just shoot
thousands
'em.
of dollars, there's a
No,
big
It's
deal
not,
there.
it's not hundreds of thousands
Yeah,
of
it is.
dollars.
Justin,
No,
just
we
up the
do
stat.
it
Told you,
wrong.
stats, he still
Oh, he
did.
We
did?
do it
Okay, well,
wrong.
I was touching myself.
Anthony and I.
What? We're talking about sensitive problems.
Anthony
Just
and I
bring
are
that up.
right here. It needs to be enforced, but not in the lethal injection way. Just put a bullet through their head. It's a
No,
waste.
Honestly,
that's the
What is
That's
wrong
better
with
than
that?
problem with
That
that
doesn't
is
matter.
it's so quick.
If they're gonna die, just make it less
Yeah,
costly.
how much does
That's
one bullet
cheap.
cost? Like less than
Yeah,
$1?
that's cheap.
No, actually, probably.
Maybe
over
you have to
40.
pay a guy like
Nah.
$10 to pull the
No,
trigger.
because you don't do it with one person. What they do, like,
Firing
countries
It's called
actually
a firing
Oh,
squad.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
because
firing
otherwise
squad.
it makes the one guy feel horrific.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't know who actually killed him.
It's a surprise every time.
I like that idea.
It's like waking up on Christmas
They
morning
use that.
knowing you committed.
So
a
like
murder.
last execution in Utah, they did that.
Yeah, Utah, I think it's still legally allowed to do it.
Utah,
Like, I
Utah
think
is,
Idaho
like,
is
super
too.
conservative though.
No, Utah just changed it. They got rid of the firing squad. They changed it like 2 years ago.
They should bring it back. So
Doesn't Texas still have it?
Yeah.
No,
Probably.
no, Utah
I mean,
was the
Texas
last
is
state.
basically its own country. They can do whatever they
No,
want.
I'm-
Yeah.
okay, hold on. I'm actually gonna myself in Texas. I actually don't know Utah.
Honestly, though, Texas is just gonna do whatever it wants to do. I mean, like, you could go out
Texas
into
is basically socially backward.
deep western part of
Hey,
Texas.
do not
like,
call Texas socially backwards.
It is socially
It kind of
backwards.
is.
Well,
Yeah, it
no,
kinda is.
if you get into like the eastern part,
they kill like retarded people. And
Okay,
that's
the gays.
that's in the
there's
that's
no
in the
they
west
do
though.
not.
There's also something
go
that's
into-
like Texas. Nobody freaking tries to like rob a bank in Texas because everybody in the line is gonna whip. out
everyone's
their
got a
gun.
gun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I can speak to this mostly because I've actually been in Texas and lived there. So like, okay,
Okay, all my family lives in Texas. I can
Yeah.
speak on that.
so like eastern Texas, southeastern Texas, that's where all the cities are. The big cities for the most. Eastern
Oh.
Texas,
So,
and so like that's where you're not gonna find the stereotype of Texas. But when you start heading west, is where you get to more rural areas, and that's where you start saying like, oh, you can just drive out into the desert, shoot someone in the back of the head, and leave, and no
But
one
if
would ever
you
know
head
you were there.
Even more east, that's where you'll find the incest.
That's like Louisiana territory.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
just
boy.
'cause my
Yeah,
family.
guys, just so I don't really like sound stupid and like I didn't just like lie. So you guys know how I just said that Utah like got rid of it like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, in March of 2015, they actually brought it back.
Good.
In March 2015, they brought it back if drugs aren't available. So if the lethal injection doesn't work.
Because like
Drugs are so
those-
stupid. It's so stupid.
They
I
don't
would
work
much rather
that
take a
way.
bullet. I would much rather take a bullet to the head.
Yeah.
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 Fucking
And, like,
killed by a needle.
It
The botched
seems like,
injections are
it seems
terrible.
like more like dignifying to have a
Needles
bullet through your
freaking
head
hurt,
rather than
too.
sitting down and having a
Yeah.
needle injected.
Yeah.
The bullet's like through your brain and you're dead.
Because
You
you're
don't
treated
feel a
like an
thing.
animal with lethal injection. Like they strap you down and like.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
I
everyone-
mean,
I'd almost at that point, I'd just pull the trigger myself.
a bullet to the head is probably the most humane way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be fair. Because
Yeah, but
the
these
way we're doing it
people
now is
aren't
too
humane
expensive.
though.
You know, I was gonna go
Well, it doesn't
like
matter,
getting
though.
suffocated by
I'm not-
We're
Well, I mean,
wasting
I don't
resources.
see a point to bring us as a society down to their level. We might as well be humane about it. I mean, if we're not humane about it, then what's going to separate us from them?
Yeah.
That is a good point.
You know,
We can't bring
I
ourselves
did find
down.
a flaw with one of the sayings like that. It's like if you kill a killer, there's still the same amount of killers left
That's
in the
like
world.
what Justin
No.
But
said.
that's
you
really
kill your
false.
enemies, they
right?
No, that's false. You're just like
That's false
what they
because what
did.
if you have one guy just doing all the good killing? Like
yeah,
it's
exactly.
irrelevant.
Okay,
You mean a police officer?
Obviously, that's not what they mean, but like,
Yeah.
you know, it's you can't just think about it like that. They're getting punished for a severe crime, and it's just a lot.
Alright, so I looked up a little bit of stuff with the justice system. Kind of get back to that.
All right, so you
And,
guys want to finish off with final statements?
Shouldn't we
Yeah, I
get
think
back
we
to like
can
school
do
shootings?
that.
I think we've already discussed school shootings.
Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah.
We kind of brought it around school shootings, the justice system. Anyway, we're gonna be doing this relatively frequently. Be sure to check out our Cards Against Humanity game, which we're gonna go and play right now. So
Oh, okay.
that should be pretty good. That way, you know.
Wait, are we
this-
gonna do this every Friday?
Probably. This is
Yeah.
Okay.
like this has been a really professional video so far. And
Yeah,
if you
I like
if you
this.
want us off the hook, edgy, doing whatever we want, check out
That's
our
gonna be
Cards
Cards Against
Humanity.
And playing Fortnite and playing 2K.
No.
Oh,
Fortnite,
God.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
Levi,
not giving
stop
you
talking.
the password to this account.
Why not? Oh my
You just
god.
upload, like, Black Ops 2
upload my
montages.
Hearts of Iron 4 gameplay.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Wait,
Hearts of Iron
I'll
Fire
record it in
Virgins.
class. I'll
I'm
play it
gonna
in
pass
class.
I'm gonna upload my
Okay.
Roblox high school.
Who are the people with the passwords right now?
I
think
have,
there are only three
I
of
have
us
the
who know it.
password, Justin has the password, Gerardo has the password. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're going to be wrapping this up now. It was a good podcast, maybe about 40 minutes. I'll have to edit this down a bit because we did say some pretty bad stuff, but I'll keep my joke in.
Yeah.
I'll keep that joke in, for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We hope
We
you
could break
guys-
on
Keep
there like
most of
halfway
it
through.
in.
We
Keep
have-
most of it in.
Yeah. We hope you guys enjoyed this one. Check out the Cards Against Humanity. That's gonna go up pretty soon. And also, just remember to keep looking around on the floor. Maybe you'll find your missing chromosome.
Oh my god.